Good morning, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Moran. Today is Friday, May 1st, 2020. It's the first day of May. Unfortunately, it's a cloudy day. Today for Fundations, I'm going to read you a story. After I read you the story, you are going to fill out this chart. This is called a graphic organizer. Okay, and what it does is it organizes your thoughts about a story that you have read. Okay, so because reading is all about meaning, these organizers are good to do to help you understand what's going on in a story. All right, so when you fill out the chart after I read the story, you are going to tell me who are the characters in the story. You're going to tell me about where the story takes place, and that's called the setting. And then you're going to tell me what happened in the story. And you're going to list the main events that happened in the story by writing what happened first, what happened next, and then what happened at the end. Okay, you're just going to write quick little sentences using these words at the beginning of your sentence. First, and then you're going to tell me what happened first in the story. Next, then you're going to tell me what happens next. And then at the end, complete those sentences and tell me. All right, so the name of the book is called Jamaica's Find. It's written by Juanita Havel, and it's illustrated by Anne Sibley O'Brien. Jamaica's Find. By looking at the picture on the cover, what do you think the book's going to be about? Who do you think some of the characters may be? Okay, here we go. When Jamaica arrived at the park, there was no one there. It was almost supper time, but she still had a few minutes to play. So as I'm reading the story, I want you to be paying attention to who are the characters, where does the story take place, and what are the main events. What's happening first in the story, what's happening next, and then what's happening at the end. She sat in a swing, pushed off with her toes, and began pumping. It was fun not to have to watch out for the little ones who always ran in front of the swings. Can you make a connection to that part of the story? Have you ever been at the park and been on the swing and then a little baby runs in front of you? It could be really dangerous, right? So she was happy that there was no little ones running in front of the swings. Then she climbed up the slide. There was a red sock hat on the ladder step. Jamaica took it for a ride. She slid down so fast that she fell in the sand and lay flat on her back. When she rolled over to get up, she saw a stuffed dog beside her. It was a cuddly gray dog, worn from hugging. All over it were faded food and grass stains. Its button nose must have fallen off. There was a round white spot in its place. 2 black ears hung from its head. So there's Jamaica at the bottom of the slide. She found 2 things, a hat and a stuffed dog. Was that stuffed dog new or was that stuffed dog old? What did the author tell us about that stuffed dog? Jamaica put the dog in her bicycle basket. I wonder where Jamaica is going to take the dog. She took the hat into the park house and gave it to the young man at the counter. So she's giving the red hat back. Is she giving the stuffed dog back? It's kind of like the lost and found at the park. The first thing her mother said when Jamaica came in the door was, "Where did that dog come from?" "The park. I stopped to play on the way home," Jamaica said. "I found someone's red hat and took it to the lost and found." "But Jamaica, you should have returned the dog too," said her mother. Then she said, "I'm glad you returned the hat." "It didn't fit me," Jamaica said. "Maybe the dog doesn't fit you either," her mother said. "I like the dog, Jamaica." "I like the dog," said Jamaica. Okay, so there's Jamaica and her mom, and the mom was like, "You should have given that dog back, like you gave the red hat back." And why didn't Jamaica give the dog back? Because she likes it. "Don't put that silly dog on the table," Jamaica's brother said. "You don't know where it came from." "It isn't very clean, you know," her father said. "Not in the kitchen, Jamaica," her mother said. Jamaica took the dog to her room. She could hear her mother say, "It probably belongs to a girl just like Jamaica." Look at Jamaica's face. How do you think she's feeling there? After dessert, Jamaica went to her room very quietly. She held the dog up and looked at it closely. Then she tossed it on a chair. "Jamaica," her mother called from the kitchen. "Have you forgotten? It's your turn to do the dishes." "Do I have to, Mother? I don't feel good," Jamaica answered. Jamaica heard the pots rattle. Then she heard her mother's steps. Her mother came in quietly, sat down by Jamaica, and looked at the stuffed dog, which lay alone on the chair. She didn't say anything. After a while, she put her arms around Jamaica and squeezed for a long time. "Mother, I want to take the dog back to the park," Jamaica said. "We'll go first thing in the morning," her mother smiled. So what do you think? Jamaica finally realized that it wasn't fair to keep that dog. The stuffed dog wasn't hers. Jamaica ran to the park house and plopped the stuffed dog on the counter. "I found this by the slide," she told the young man. "Oh, hi, aren't you the girl who gave me the hat last night?" "Yes," said Jamaica, feeling hot around her ears. "You sure do find a lot of things. I'll put it on the lost and found shelf." Jamaica stood watching him. "Is that all?" he asked. "You didn't find anything else, did you?" "No, that's all." She stayed to watch him put the dog on a shelf behind him. "I'm sure some little girl or boy will come in after it today. A nice little dog like that," the young man said. What do you think, boys and girls? Want to stop and make a prediction? Do you think somebody will come and claim the stuffed dog? Or do you think it will go back to Jamaica? Will Jamaica get it back because nobody claims it? Let's read to find out. Jamaica ran outside. She didn't feel like playing alone. There was no one else at the park but her mother, who sat on a bench. Then Jamaica saw a girl and her mother cross the street to the park. "Hi, I'm Jamaica. What's your name?" she said to the girl. The girl let go of her mother's hand. "Kristen," she said. "Do you want to climb the jungle gym with me, Kristen?" Jamaica said. Looks like Jamaica's making a friend. What's the little girl doing? Kristen ran toward Jamaica. "Yes, but I have to find something first." "What?" asked Jamaica. Kristen was bending under the slide. "What did you lose?" said Jamaica. "Edgar dog. I brought him with me yesterday, and now I can't find him," Kristen answered. "Was he kind of gray with black ears?" Jamaica couldn't keep from shouting, "Come along with me!" The young man in the park house looked over the counter at the two girls. "Now what have you found?" he asked Jamaica. But this time Jamaica didn't drop anything onto the counter. Instead, she smiled her biggest smile. "I found the girl who belongs to that stuffed dog." Look at how happy she is that she found the owner of the stuffed dog. Jamaica was almost as happy as Kristen, who took Edgar Dog in her arms and gave him a big welcome back hug. And that's the story of Jamaica's find. Okay, so now that you heard the story, I want you to fill in the chart. Who are the characters in the story? Where did the story take place? That's called the setting. And then what happened in the story? What are the main events that happened? What happened first? What happened next? And then what happened at the end? Okay, just finish these sentences using the words first at the beginning of your sentence, and then your next sentence will start with next, and then you'll tell me what happened next. And then your last sentence will say at the end, and then you'll tell me what happened at the end. Okay? So I hope you have fun doing this, and I look forward to seeing pictures of your graphic organizer all filled in. Okay? And remember, this is something that helps you understand the story, right? And what's going on in a story. It helps you with the meaning. Okay? So I hope you have a fabulous Friday, and I will see you on Monday.